Good morning, everyone. My name is Kim, and I'm the fitness coordinator for Seneca York. And welcome to one of our very special IG Lives for our Winter Wellness Series. There we go. We've changed the name, Winter Wellness Series. So just hold on. We are going to be joined by Lena from the Learning Center, and she is going to talk to us about online learning fatigue. So we're just going to wait for her to hop on. We were just chatting, and I had an issue logging on with my phone. Instagram went totally black on me. So hopefully she will be here in a second. So while we're doing this, we will have a random gift card given out at the end. So if you have any questions for Lena about online learning fatigue or study habits, please feel free to add them in the comments. And your comment or your question might be eligible to win a gift card at the end of the session, and we will just get in contact with you through IG. So I'm hoping Lena's going to be on here in a second. We have been having some issues here this morning. So once again, we are going to be chatting about online fatigue, especially right now. All of us are working online, all of us are studying online, and it's something that has become very common, actually, this fatigue feeling. And I know reading through stuff on Twitter and stuff on the news pages, it is being studied through some of the universities, some of the colleges, and some of the doctors out there as well, as we're kind of approaching that 1 year mark where we were shut down and everyone was forced to go online. I see that she's there. Hi, Sina. I'm just going to wait for her to hit that special button to join, and then she'll be here. So Lena is from the Learning Center at Seneca College, and she is one of our program coordinators there. And there she is. Second. So once again, if you think you might have a question about online learning fatigue, please just put it in the comment box and we will be able to try and answer that the best we can. Hi, Lena, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good, thanks. We did it. We connected.
We did it. We made it online.
Fabulous fun.
I had Kimberly troubleshooting with me this morning. Even though I did this once before, COVID brain is impacting me too.
Yes. Well, it's funny. I was just saying that my screen went black as I was trying to log on, and I'm like, oh no. So we got things going. Technology and myself do not get along. All right. So Lena is going to introduce herself now that I've talked for like 20 minutes. So introduce yourself to the students. I have warned them that they are allowed to put questions in the comment box, and we are going to keep track of those as we're going as well. And carry it away. It's all yours, my friend.
Okay. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Lena Aacharopoulos, and I'm from the Learning Center. I'm the programs coordinator. I oversee the Strive program, but we have study skills coaching that we do in the Learning Center as well. And thank you very much to the athletics for inviting me to this great event. I had taken part in another event last semester and loved it so much that they asked me to come back. So I'm happy to be here. I guess we're going to go through some questions today with Kimberly asking me some questions, and we'll see what we can do when it comes to online fatigue, because I know a lot of people, and I'm sure you're all happy about it being study break next week, so you can relax and regain some of that focus and energy back again.
All right. Okay. So if you do have a question, feel free once again to put it in there. You might be able to win a gift card. Woo! One of my questions is, why is online learning so exhausting? Or anything that we're doing online right now, whether it's working or studying, why is it so exhausting, Lena?
Well, you know what? Online learning is a whole other ballgame in comparison to in-person classrooms. We have a lot of visual stimulus. We have a lot of reading demands when we're in the online environment. And one of the challenges of the online environments is that there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know about you, but I get pop-up messages all the time on my computer. So just when I think I'm about to focus and concentrate, something pops out of the corner of my screen and it gets me distracted again. Another reason why we're getting really tired online is because we don't have a lot of the nonverbal communications that we would have in public. So body language, like you can only see my head, you can't see the rest of me. So you're having to fill in all those gaps when you're doing the online learning, which is a lot of information to process for the memory, and which is why we also get tired. Troubleshooting, big reason why we get tired online. I don't know about you, but I have forgotten my password so many times in trying to log into things that I normally log into every day. And that can be so tiring and frustrating. And we're not even talking about being in the learning platform at that point for school to be focused on the school.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I get it too. You're just sitting there writing an email and notifications come in. And for some reason, my laptop's set up that I get it 4 times. And then the fourth time, you just have to click on it because you're just like, what's going on here?
Exactly. And it's tiring. It's tiring to have to do that all the time.
Yes. Yeah. So going along with this fatigue is the stress levels too. So a lot of students have said, like, I feel more stressed this year, and I shouldn't, because I mean, I don't have to get on the bus to go to class. I don't have to worry about having breakfast. We don't have exams this year. We have bigger projects, but why am I still so stressed, even more stressed than I was maybe before COVID happened when I was on campus?
Well, believe it or not, personality has a lot to do with that. And in our extroverted world, we get a lot of energy from our social interactions with people. And without that social interaction, the way we normally get our energy has changed. So we're now being more self-directed, even more so than we were in the in-class environment. And we're having to rely more on motivating ourselves more so than we did when we had other people around us. So that's really stressful.
Okay, cool. So what are some strategies to kind of avoid this online learning fatigue and maybe assist with some of the stress levels?
Well, really, the number one strategy that I typically tell students to cover is to make sure they're breaking their materials down into small pieces, to take breaks from the computer, because your eyes, you're likely experiencing more headaches being on the computer because your eyes are required to do more work with the readings. So breaks, chunking your material into smaller pieces so that you're not sitting at the computer for long periods. Make sure that you assess situations correctly. Make sure you ask questions in the online environment with your professors and get those groups started with other students in the class, because that's how you're going to maintain your energy levels. You're going to stay calmer reaching out to people, but you're also going to feel clear and worry-free, because being in an ambiguous pandemic can really add stress to us and cause us to worry more, which drains people.
Okay. So question for you. I know this wasn't on one of the ones I submitted to you, but
that's okay. She's keeping me on my toes.
Which I know a lot of people are very hesitant on putting on their cameras. I know, like, when I teach the fitness classes, not a lot of people have their cameras on. I get it, because when I'm a sweaty mess, I don't want to be broadcast live. But would putting your camera on maybe for a little bit assist with some of this too, because you're going to have that social interaction, or is it going to maybe just, you know, it's up to the person?
Well, I actually think that's a really good question. And I would say putting the camera on is really helpful, not only for the other person because they're seeing you, but it's also good for you to be in a situation where you can present yourself to the world again. Because one of the things we do in the house is we get comfortable in our pajamas, we get comfortable in our sweats, we get comfortable not presenting ourselves. So one of the things I did, you probably can't tell, but I put a little bit of lipstick on this morning because I knew that that would give me that extra boost that I needed this morning in order to present myself. So yes, Kimberly, it's an excellent point. Putting yourself on camera and not critiquing yourself about what you look like on camera, because I'm looking and my hair isn't as curly as I had hoped it would have been, but definitely you want people to see you and you want to be able to present yourself because that'll give you that extra boost.
Cool. All right. So there's a tip for everyone out there. Put your cameras on, friends. We want to see you too. You know what? Being facilitators as well, we want to see people, I think. And I think that's one of the things I miss about my job is I don't get to see the students daily. So being in the fitness center, like you just have students coming by every 30 seconds, you know, and we'd have a great laugh, or it was just that saying hi, people in the person.
Exactly.
And I don't get that as much anymore. Like there are a few brave, like I said, there are a few brave people that put their cameras on. But like, I think we're missing that one-to-one as well, even though we can't be really close, but seeing people and just saying hi, right? All right.
Exactly.
So, those of you that have tuned in, that are watching, here's your chance to do something on your screen. If you think that you can make a pledge to at least one time when we go back into school, so not next week because we're in study week, but one of your online lectures, give us a thumbs up if you're going to try and put your camera on for at least maybe an hour of a lecture, just to get that FaceTime with your professors and your other classmates as well. So once again, thumbs up in the comments or on the screen if you are going to at least give that a try next time you have an online class. And we're going to continue on with our questions as I wait for those thumbs up. You never know, they might happen. So what can students do to improve their study habits? So these new study habits where they're online, what are some tips?
Well, definitely you want to be in an environment that is going to be conducive to you studying. If you like white noise, sometimes people study with music on, and that's okay too. Contrary to what people used to say that you don't study with music on, music is really good as long as it doesn't take you away from focusing on your content and what you're focusing in on. But you want to have an environment where you're comfortable. You want to be sitting in a chair that's ergonomically correct, because you're going to end up hurting your posture. And as you know, as working in the gym, you probably deal with a lot of work injuries and athletic injuries and all kinds of things when people aren't sitting properly, because that also aids to your ability to process the information correctly. So you want to be comfortable and you want to be relaxed and you want to be in a seated position where you're going to obtain and observe and absorb the information. You also want to be in a position where you're, again, as I said, breaking the material into smaller pieces so that you can take a little bit in at a time, taking those breaks, chunking that material. You also want to be able to talk to people, again, bounce it off of people. Don't only just limit it to in class, like get together with people outside of class and do a Zoom meeting. And I know there's Zoom fatigue as well, but at least you're meeting and talking to people.
Yeah. All right, those are great tips. Does anyone have any questions for Lena or myself? I'm not going to be able to much help.
You're a great help. You're a great help.
You know what? I was a memorizer. I would sit there and go over all the key points. I was also in a subject where you could do that, and I would just memorize. So, and then fill in the thing. My study habits were not the best.
You know what? Most of us learn the hard way.
Yeah. Music, forget it. I just start singing to the music. But
exactly. Well, that's why it's important to choose the right music.
Yeah. But I will say one of the things that I have adopted over almost the last year is, as soon as I'm kind of feeling down and kind of feeling really, really tired, I step away from my computer and I go outside and I go for a walk. Even if it's cold, if it's snowing, I'm out there. I'm the crazy person of my neighborhood. All my neighbors are like, there's that crazy kid walking again. But you know what? I find even like 10 minutes outside refocuses, resets everything. And I'm right back and I'm able to sit down and concentrate just as long as I don't listen to music. But it does.
White noise doesn't work for everybody.
You know, you got a good song and you just start going. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, that's one of the tips that I have that I can share with everyone is get outside and enjoy some fresh air too. You're stuck inside. go outside for a few minutes. Even if you're in an apartment, just step out on the balcony and give yourself that 10-minute break from whatever screen you're looking at. All right.
Exactly.
Yeah, those are all my questions that I have for you today, Lena. I think we covered them all.
I think so. I think we did okay.
Yeah. And if no one else has any other questions, we will wrap it up. So so you can how about you tell people how to find the Learning Center? How about that, just in case they
Okay.
get it wrong.
Well, if you want to access us, we're at senecacollege.ca/learning centers. And we do study skills coaching one-to-one. We do academic life skills coaching one-to-one. We have tutoring, which a lot of students know about. We do supported learning groups. But for those students wanting that extra connection to work through some of those difficulties with study, book a one-to-one appointment with us on our Learning Center Strive website. One-to-one coaching happens between 30 minutes and an hour, and you can come as often or as little as you want to come.
Nice. I kind of wish I had that when I was in school.
Me too.
Yes. And for all your fitness and recreation needs, you can follow us here at IG, or you can check out our website, senecasting.ca. We are still running fitness classes next week during study week. And there's one today at 12:40. There is a live at 12:15 about candles with Michelle, and we have a whole bunch of activities coming up as well. So we're going to almost do a reset for the beginning of March as everyone comes back from study week with more programs happening. So Lena, thank you so much for joining me today. It was a blast. It was nice meeting you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you, and thank you everyone, and have a really good study break, everybody.
Yes, take care, everyone. Be safe, be healthy, be active, be well, and do some studying on your study week.
You had to say the S word.
Study, friends. It's study week. Thank you so much, and have a great day, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.